Hi, I'm Annalise.
And I am Tony, and we are from the Rook Room, which is a pop-up all about unique board games, events, and experiences right here in Des Moines and Central Iowa. And we have partnered with XBK and have a ton of nerdy game-centered events on the calendar with XBK coming up in the next few weeks and months. So be sure to check out therookroom.com and xbklive.com, as well as all of our social channels to find out what is happening.
Dion Kelly will be taking the stage at the upcoming Live Local and Loud show at XBK on July 9th. XBK hosts a vinyl happy hour from 6 to 7 for anyone to come and hang before the show, see the place. There's discounted drinks and they're playing some great music. The show itself starts at 7:30. So while anyone is welcome to come for the vinyl happy hour before, the show is for ticket holders only. Tickets are $10. You can get them on the website, xbklive.com. Space is limited and masks are still required. Keep each other safe. But don't forget, if you cannot get tickets because they have been selling out, so get them right now if you want them. There is a live stream of the event on Facebook and on YouTube that night, or you can watch it the next day. But speaking from experience, you want to be there in person. So make sure to get those tickets. All right, joining us today is DK. DK, thank you for joining us. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Sitting, soaking in this beautiful sun. How are you guys doing?
So good.
Great. So good. That's what we love to hear. Soak in that sun.
All right, well, welcome to Showtime and Tell. This is a segment where we get to know the artists and performers of our city a little bit better by going beyond the usual interview questions and playing kind of a scavenger hunt game. So how this works, in case this is your first time here, you need a little refresher, is we're going to give you 3 prompts. We're going to ask you to find things around your home, and then we'll talk about them. And that's basically it. Are you ready?
Perfect, yes.
Okay, all right, your 3 prompts today is something you read recently that had a deep impact on you, your favorite piece of art, and something that defines your personal style. You ready?
Okay, yes.
All right, let's go.
All right, let me go. I'm gonna bring y'all into my RV. It's where I'm living.
I love it. I love it so much.
All right, everything's not in its spot yet. We just moved recently.
Ooh, that's kind of exciting. Okay. But yeah, you're definitely in that very specific time in life where everything is in boxes or you're trying to figure out where it's going to go and you haven't quite figured it out yet.
And it's way different in an RV. You gotta have, everything has to have a spot or it gets cluttered quick.
Yeah.
All right, I think I'm ready to go.
Oh my gosh. Awesome. That's the quickest we've had yet. You get the award.
Yes. I'll be coming to get that this weekend.
Perfect. We'll give it to you.
Okay. I have a book here. It's actually the cover kind of faded away. Let me see if I can get the title on here. This is The Gospel of Hip Hop by KRS-One. He is one of my top MCs. He comes from, I think, the early 80s he started, but he wrote a book just kind of explaining about the spirituality of hip hop, that it's more than just a genre. And the book is phenomenal. It's basically it's just a structure that people who follow the hip hop life that they can kind of follow. It kind of dives into the history of hip hop and how it came about, and just takes you to more of a spiritual experience through hip hop than just being about rap or dance.
Yes, that's cool. Tell us a little bit about something you've gotten from it so far. Maybe something that's inspired some work or just kept you going during this time that's been, I think, really hard creatively for people.
Yes. So hip hop, the way that KRS-One breaks it down is hip is like being hip to something, being aware. And then you have hop, which is like a movement. So when you put it together, you have moving with awareness. And I just really love that perspective of hip hop because now I also do Kung Fu. And I thought when I did Kung Fu, I was getting away from music because I was trying to find I've been making music since I was 9, and I was trying to find just a different outlet. And I got into Kung Fu to kind of find out that Kung Fu is actually a core part of hip hop as far as like the principles and stuff. If you ever heard of like Wu-Tang, but in the 70s when hip hop was coming about, it was very influenced by Bruce Lee and the Kung Fu scene. So it just kind of blended everything I'm doing, so now anything that I do that I'm whenever I'm moving and I'm aware of my movement and I'm conscious of what I'm doing hip hop. So I love that. It helps me understand my creative process, and it also just makes a little more clarity on what I'm doing.
Absolutely. I feel like it links kind of your everyday practices to your art form. You know, it like kind of brings everything into sync. That's cool.
I didn't know I was going to
Yes.
get a little mini history lesson today too, but this is awesome.
Yes, that's what hip hop is for, to educate.
Mhm. Absolutely. All right. So the second prompt was favorite piece of art. What have you got?
Yes. So this
Whoa.
was done by an artist named Orlando, and he is actually located in Chicago, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
And what he does is he takes pictures and he kind of overlaps them and then puts them on a canvas. So recently I was out in Rock Island, Illinois. I had a performance with, there was an art festival by Roan Botcher. He put together an art festival out there and invited me out to do some MC work, and I got to perform. And I didn't realize it was an art festival, and everybody had like their own stands and they were selling art. So I felt really bad because at that time I didn't bring any cash to like buy any art. But after I performed, all of the artists all individually gave me different gifts, and this was one of them.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, I just really, first of all, to perform and for other people to see the value and want to give you something because you gave them something.
Yeah.
It was just a really moving, a moving experience for me. I left with like a necklace, a t-shirt, actually 2 t-shirts, just all these different gifts from different artists that had different backgrounds and different stories. So this guy, Orlando, he's also an MC. And then he had these, and I got a freestyle with him. Great guy. He does hip hop about just encouraging, inspiring people, and just kind of painting that picture as a colored man in Chicago. So this is my piece that I chose.
Man, that's powerful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, and I would like to say that Malcolm X, Malik El Shabazz, I just really enjoy his intellect and the way that he's just so well spoken, the way he articulates himself. I always watch different speeches by him just to kind of get motivated, and I watch interviews and just watch how he speaks and how he answers questions. He's just a really brilliant man. So that sticks out the most, in that piece is Malcolm X.
Absolutely.
That's great. Yes.
That's beautiful. I'm very the people in the background too kind of stick out with the very specific hand movements,
Yes.
Yeah, that's some interesting contrast. That's beautiful.
Yeah, looks like we have some Olympians, some people that were in a marathon that won some medals there at the end.
Yes. No, they are with their protesting.
Yeah, and then you have some protesters that are mixed in with the Olympians that are also holding their fist up. So
yes, good.
it looks like different moments in history that people were supporting the Black Power and the fist.
Absolutely, and, with Malcolm leading the way.
He was able to mix them all together. Yeah, and it just looks like they were all together at one moment, but they actually weren't.
That's cool. I mean, that reminds me too of the hip hop, kind of pulling everything into one movement. This is kind of pulling one movement into one moment.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
And I love that the longer you look at it, the more that you start seeing, because I definitely got the overall image when you showed us initially, but the more we have time to dissect it and everything, it gets even more powerful and cool.
Yes. And yeah, for me being the owner of the piece, it speaks things to me that when I look at it, it speaks new things to me when I look at it, because I'll notice something that I never noticed before.
Exactly.
That's awesome. The art just keeps giving back too.
Whew.
Yes.
That's powerful. That's powerful. All right. Final prompt is something that defines your personal style.
Okay. So, I got a boot.
Oh yeah.
So the reason being is because this boot cost me quite a bit, but they're made out of camel skin, and you can fold them back, but it also keeps your feet warm. They're water resistant, and it keeps your feet warm for past I think it's about past an hour, which is really cool for some shoes, and they're really lightweight. So the reason why I chose this one is because normally I'm barefoot.
There it is.
So normally I like to walk around barefoot, and so wearing shoes can I just don't like use some slip-on if it's like a restaurant or going to a store require shoes. But I happen to find some really light boots that still allow me to feel the ground. I just especially being a creative, I get in la la land a lot, and I can get into the idea phase, and being barefoot just helps me ground myself. So something that I love to do, it roots me down, and it also gives me different perspectives. I go into a lot of areas where people have no idea what the Hy-Vee floors feel like. They don't know that cold feeling. They don't know what the hot pavement feels like on their feet after performing a whole 20-minute set, and the sun's beaming down on the pavement and your feet are bare. It gives me perspective, and it also humbles me.
Yeah, man, it brings you into the present moment. Absolutely.
Yes.
So
if you're walking in the grass and you don't realize that there's some pokey grass in there, and all of a sudden it pokes you, it's like, oh, I'm right here. This is where I'm at. I need to be focused and be aware of my movement and see where I'm stepping.
Yes.
So do you like to perform without your shoes as well?
Yes, it's like stepping in the dojo. You gotta take your shoes off, and you gotta give a silent moment, like a bow or something, before you step in on the stage. You're it's like like I said, it's like stepping in that dojo on that mat, and you're getting ready for a spar or something.
Absolutely. So it sounds like you'll probably not be wearing shoes for your XBK show. What else can we expect from that show?
You can expect a great time. So it's actually, I'm so excited because July 7th is my birthday. So July 9th, 2 days afterwards, I get to have this year a unique experience for a celebration for my birthday. I get to be doing what I love most. I get to be up on the stage sharing my heart, but then also family and friends that live in different parts of the world can tune in and be on the live stream, and they can watch and basically celebrate my birthday in ways that they never have before, because you get family members in different state that call you, wish you happy birthday, but this kind of gives them like they're in the same room with me. So very excited for that. Also, it being my birthday, I have songs with some of my favorite MCs in Des Moines, and I'm inviting them on stage with me. So we have Emmett Phillips coming up on the stage. We have Andre Davis, and we have a few more that I'll let kind of be a surprise. We have some great music, some great content that has a message, and we just want to have a great time.
I can't wait, man. We had such a fun time with Emmett when we did this show with him, and we know Andre's going to be on here coming up soon too, so that's great. I can't wait.
Yes. Me and Andre are working on a project right now. I'll give you a little inside scoop. We got a project, and we're performing one of those songs on that project that we go back and forth on. It was just such a fun and such a powerful creative process. We were together and we wrote line from line. So he would write a line, he would take a break, I would write a line, and then he would write another line, and we just went back and forth. And the production and the results were just amazing. So very excited to share that piece with you, along with all the other pieces that I have with some of the Des Moines' finest MCs.
So many reasons to not miss this show.
Yes.
I mean, he's so many awesome people, plus yourself, as well as some surprises. So I know people do not want to miss any of these little secrets that you have coming up that you are going to share with us that day.
Yes. And also let me say too that we have some teenagers that are going to be joining me on the stage that I mentor. So that's also something to be excited for. I work with some teenagers at Walnut Creek that just graduated, and they've been working on some cool music. So they'll be joining me as well on the stage. So I'm excited to give them this opportunity. It'll be one of their first live performances. So it's something to definitely not miss.
Oh man, there's no better place for your first live show than XBK. It is such a warm room. It's such a great crew of people who are so excited to see whoever's showing up that day. That's great.
Yeah, every time I'm in there, I have an experience, a unique experience every single. It's always a different show, whether it's a Meet the Fellows that I've been a part with NLC, whether it's the PBS performance that was just on there for Juneteenth, which was incredible. Yes. They have so much that goes on in there, and I'm excited to contribute.
We can't wait.
They're so awesome. Well, DK, I hope you enjoyed talking about yourself as much as we liked hearing it, because this was a great time. Now, just a quick reminder for everyone who is watching this, you can see DK on stage coming up at XBK on Friday, July 9th. Do not miss that date, especially because we're going to be celebrating DK's birthday on that same day as well. That show starts at 7:30. Don't forget about the vinyl happy hour. That is happening from 6 to 7 right beforehand. Don't need tickets to attend the vinyl happy hour. Come grab some amazing drinks, but you're going to want tickets anyway, because you're going to want to stick around for the show afterward and see this awesome performance. If you cannot come get tickets, whatever, if you're across the country, be sure that you're tuning in live on YouTube and Facebook. You can get all this information at xbklive.com, and tickets are selling out for all of these shows. So do hurry and get your tickets while you can, because you're not going to want to miss out at all.
Absolutely. DK, thank you so much. We cannot wait to see your show.
Yes, thank you for having me. This was fun for me to run around my RV and find little objects to kind of tell you guys about who I am. So I appreciate this opportunity.